what's it called? The Tree of Life synagogue and the tragedy that took place there last week. We'll be having a candlelight service, not us, but at St. Michael's, the Jewish people of Kauai, the Jewish.
The Jewish community. Anyway, we're just outreaching because we want to all connect our communities.
Patrick and I will be there. We hope that everybody will show up and show solidarity and unity with these people, and it's going to be a beautiful thing, I'm sure. And then, it's coming, and maybe you've all done it already. Patrick and I have, but November 6th is Election Day. Don't complain and not vote.
Or you'll have to switch your thing back to the other side.
We have to vote, guys. All right, so get out and vote. And then that night you'll be having the honor and privilege and beauty and energy of Reverend Diane to come and do a meditation that night with her. So that would be at 6:30 on Tuesday night after the election. So enjoy that.
Great.
And, yes.
And then on the 15th, we have from 6:30 to 8 our Power Talk evening from the heart. Who was at the last one? It was just absolutely wonderful. They're doing it again. We have William, Janice, it will be there, and Elizabeth Diamond right here, and Sue Buckley will be our speakers for that night. And Reverend Diane will be the wonderful hostess with the mostest that night, right? And it's called The Energy of Gratitude. You don't like being the mostest? Oh, you'll find something. And so, make sure that you're there. It's wonderful to have the support.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody said, can you repeat the time of day, please, for the Tree of Life Vigil? It's today at 5 p.m. at Lahui, St. Michael's.
St. Michael's. Isn't it amazing? It's not here, and we just don't know how to speak it. I mean, we're like, it's at... Where? Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, us coming together. And just on that note of the Tree of Life, we've been getting emails from all over the country of everyone coming together. Our center that we come from has also been doing it. It was last night, and it's every night. It's just been wonderful to see this kind of connection. And then mark your calendars, because on November 17th, it's a very good title. These times call for revolutionary agreements. And so bringing up Reverend Walt here, he's just going to have a few minutes to tell you.
Absolutely. First of all, I am so grateful to have an opportunity to share the revolutionary agreements with CSL and anyone else in the community. In honor of Glenn and Marion Head, who often sit in the front row, who are on the mainland. Those of you who know them know that Marion wrote this wonderful book, The Revolutionary Agreements, based these principles, these techniques that really help to bring about peace in relationships, peace within one another at the workplace. There's so many applications based on the pillars of truth, acceptance, and gratitude. So we're going to be doing an introductory workshop on the revolutionary agreements on Saturday, November the 17th, from 10 to 2. We're going to bring your lunch. We're going to work through lunch and just try to see how our lives can be impacted by these revolutionary agreements. And I think you will find the time well invested. So I invite you to sign up. It's $45 for the course. And there is only one copy of the book in the back, but I do encourage you to get the book beforehand. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's around $20 or so. And read as much as you can before you come to the class. It'll make it a much more worthwhile experience.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Walt.
And, last but not least, your favorite thing, potluck. November. I expected a much bigger laugh, but hey. I guess you guys are just used to potlucking by now. Anyway, on November 18th, we're having pre-Thanksgiving right here afterwards. Ron Stover's making that wonderful turkey, and we're going to all bring our favorite dish like we did last year, and we're going to have our pre-Thanksgiving together. Sound good? Yeah. Right after service, absolutely. And one last announcement, because I have to do this. We were at Wilcox this week, visiting one of our wonderful congregants, Angela over there, and now 2 days later, Miss finished her surgery and up and at it, and she's back at CSL Kauai. So welcome home. Oh. So beautiful. And her mother's watching, so she looks great, Sandy. There you go. All right.
All right, so let's take a moment to light our peace candle. Yeah, let's take a moment and just center ourselves in that place that's always available to us, no matter what's going on in our outer world, no matter our outer storm. There is a place within us that's always there, just waiting for us to settle in it and center in it and deepen our thought and our mind and our hearts in it. So let's take a moment of silence in that place of peace. And so I recognize peace as each and every one of us. And I understand and know that that place is always available. And that as we, as individuals in the collective, center on that peace within us, it is felt, its vibration vibrates out into the world, right here and right now, bringing that thing called peace into being, into manifestation. So I'm grateful, and I just take this word I've spoken and this time that we have spent as one thing, and I know that it is good as I release it into law, as we affirm together. And so it is. Thank you. All right. So here we are at the Center for Spiritual Living, which I'm so grateful for this philosophy that lets me know that no matter the outer storm, inside and within me is the ability to change my experience in any moment by how I think. And when I'm thinking from that highest place of the divine presence, which I am, and which each of us are, we make an influence, not just on our own lives, but on this planet. So I just am grateful. And I was just, before I got up here, I was just looking out at all these people that just come back every week, or pretty much every week, and how wonderful it is that you're taking this time for yourself, because it's so important, because as you lift yourself, I know you lift the planet. So mahalo for being here.
And just before we go, this is Maria Christina. I don't know if we introduced her, but there she is, if you've never been here before. And Louise will be up drumming very soon. So who is here for the very first time as I check out the shell necklace situation? No? Oh, there she is. We do have somebody here. And don't worry, last time I got all into the person, but I won't even look at you, because they always go, don't pay too much attention to the people, and it's perfectly fine, but we do want to acknowledge something about you that we know about you. Now I'm looking at you. I'm sorry, we know this about you, and we're going to share it with you. Shall we, everyone? Okay. You are magnificent. Ah, yes. And we know that about you because what? We know it about ourselves. Welcome home. Look at me. It's just like, whoa. Here we are. We know that about yourself because we know it about us. And that is that what? Shall we say it together? I am magnificent. Now behind you where Rob is with a brand new shirt on, just FYI.
Just celebrated a birthday.
And he just had a birthday, and we have birthdays all over the place today. So what he's doing is he is making sure that everything that happens in this room does not stay in this room, because he goes to the mainland and all around, and even the people that are home, and I know who you are, they're with that cup of coffee, and you're still here on the island because you didn't want to make the trip down the hill. We have something to say to you and all of you. You ready? You are magnificent. Yes, perfect timing. And so do me a favor, go look to your left, to your right, up, down, I don't care. Just say something to somebody to let them know how magnificent they are. You are magnificent. There's no way around it. Magnificent, you are. Jack is always magnificent. There's Katie's magnificent.
You are magnificent.
There we go. Oh,
yes,
Liz,
and I have something for you.
You are very
Make sure to get it
magnificent.
from me.
So shall we get on our magnificent feet and have our opening song with Maria Cristina and Luis?
We have a,
Is this a new one, this one?
yeah, it's What Are You Thankful For?
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my hair, Spirit, thank you for my hair. Thank you for my hair, Spirit, thank you for my hair. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant hair. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant hair. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My abundant, my abundant, my abundant life. My abundant, my abundant, my abundant life.
And so what I know right here and right now is I am grateful. I am so grateful for life itself, moving and living, breathing through me and each and every person here. I'm grateful for our coming together today, knowing that we are the presence and power and light and energy of Source, of God, of whatever we want to call it. It's one thing. It is life itself. It is love. And I know we come here today to celebrate this, and that we move within us that thing that knows who and what we are, and we expand and we celebrate that today. And I know that as we do it, we lift the consciousness of this planet in greater and more amazing ways. So I'm grateful to be together here today, and I'm grateful for this time, this service, and I just release it all. I release it all unto law, and I know that it is done as we say together, and so it is.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
My name is Stephanie Sterrett, and I am a practitioner for the science of mind and spirit. I had to look to them to see what I was. So I invite us all to just relax and take a moment to just breathe and just recognize that you are in the most beautiful place on the planet, and you're right here, right now, just relaxing into your chair. And I invite you to just breathe into that. Breathe into that knowing that you are right here, right now. As I leave you with a seed thought, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more loved than you know. are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more loved than you know. And from this state, because I know that there is only one mind, and that infinite intelligence runs in and through my life. And because I am one with that infinite intelligence, I know that for each and every one of us here, there is no place God is not. And right now, that infinite intelligence I claim as perfect in my creative expression of life. That strength is the health that I move through in my life. And its presence is there, and I feel it, and I know it. And that I am more loved than I even know. And I rely on that in all my relationships. That everything that is pointed out to me is perfectly unfolding just for me. Because I know this for myself, I know this is happening in each and every one of us, right here and right now. And I am brave. I am brave in my abundant life. I am brave in my giving and my receiving as that one source. And it is so present in my life. It just is so beautiful. And I feel so loved. And because this love is just overwhelming in my life, I know that it's present in each and every one of our lives. And so knowing this, I give thanks. I give thanks for the demonstration in all areas of life that this present is available. And so I release my word into the law of being that says, yes, yes, this is so. And I can trust it, and I know it. And so I let go into that law as together we say, and so it is.
Turn to your program, and we'll sing Only Love by Karen Drucker.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you, Maria Christina. Thank you, Stephanie, for that beautiful treatment and meditation. And thank you, everyone. I like that. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more loved than you know. That's a good one to say to yourself every single day. Yeah? Okay, so we're switching themes, even though I wrote the wrong theme in the program on the front, but I'm sure nobody noticed it. The theme this month, it'll be corrected next week. The theme this month is the banquet of life. Yeah. And I mean, I have to do it because I can. And if anybody's familiar with the story of Auntie Mame, the wonderful woman who had the abundant life, said that life was a banquet, and most of the poor suckers are starving to death. Is that true? No? Maybe not. But that's what we're here to celebrate today, is the banquet of life. And all month long, actually. And the theme today is order up. And I'm just settling into that, what that means. And ordering up, you probably heard this story already, but there was a lady that was crossing the ocean to this country, and she was eating her meager breadcrumbs and the food that she had brought with her. And when she got to where she was going, she realized she had a full fare, but she didn't realize it at the time. So the whole time she was really pretty much starving, eating her breadcrumbs, when the whole time she had all this food she could have eaten. And this is like what life is. We sometimes don't realize how much we really have. Ernest Holmes once wrote, and if you don't know who he is the founder of the Science of Mind and Spirit. And he wrote, "It is the nature of the universe to give us what we are able to take. It cannot give us more. It has given all, and we have not yet accepted the greater gift." So, yeah, it's all here. And I think sometimes we look out and we don't think that it's all here, but it is all here. It's all here for the taking. I mean, why would we be any less than the ocean and the grains of sand and the trees and all these magnificent abundance that surrounds us? We are it too, and we have the opportunity to take it. We don't get to have it if we don't accept it. And we're in our Science of Mind 100 class right now, where we talked about the law of circulation and the law of receiving and the law of giving and all of that. It's all here. There is a law of correspondence. There is a law of giving, and there is a law of receiving. And all it's asking us to do is to just step into it and open our minds to it. And we live in a mental universe. And when I say mental, I don't mean like mental, like brewing mental. I mean a universe that is pure consciousness. And yeah, so it all starts in mind. Sometimes when we pray, or in Science of Mind, we don't pray, we don't beseech, we just announce and we say, this is the way life is. We connect with the source, we connect with the power, and then we state what it is we want to demonstrate. And sometimes we do that and still are surprised when it shows up. Like, I recently had an experience where we've been, praying for prosperity for this center, knowing prosperity as the center grows and as we expand into our global vision and all that, just knowing. And this week, or was last week, I don't know, a huge donation showed up. And we knew it was coming, we knew it was coming. And it came, and it was twice the amount that what the person said. And it was interesting because the place that we went, and we were all sitting there, I don't know if it was the board. I think it was just you and I and me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to name people. And we were sitting there. And the first place we went, it was really interesting that it was a mistake. So how many times have you received something that you were actually asking for, stating that you wanted, and then shows up, and then you think, oh, how did that happen? Or there must be some mistake here. Well, it wasn't a mistake. Well, actually, it kind of was a mistake, but it was a mistake that was meant to happen, and it ended up unfolding, and the people were like, oh, who cares? Take it. It's really interesting. I'm serious. So, yeah. So, but the point I'm making is that when we state and ask for what we want and state what we want, whether it's health or prosperity or love or whatever, and it shows up, we need to just accept that it's there and embrace it and give gratitude for it. But we have to do it before it happens. That's the trick. And, even in the quantum field, they're saying now, in all the meditations and everything, you have to feel it as if it's already happened. So you have to feel it. And that's the part that's the difficult part for people, especially if they're not feeling well or, they're looking at their checkbook and blah, blah, blah. But as we know, where is that beautiful quote? It's in caps in our textbook. No person whose entire time is spent in the contemplation of limitation can demonstrate freedom from such limitation. No person whose entire time is spent in the contemplation of limitation can demonstrate freedom from such limitation. So if we're sitting around thinking about how little we have or how unhealthy we are or anything like that, we can't demonstrate from that place because we're getting back whatever we put in. And I know for some people this is a really difficult concept because they don't want to necessarily, I meet a lot of people that don't want to really realize that it's all about us, but it is. Sorry. It is. But it's a wonderful thing too because we know in any moment we can change the wheel of causation by changing our thought, by changing our feeling. It's more feeling, guys, than thought. It's more feeling. It's the passion that we put behind it, the feeling, a feeling as if it's already happened. So, yeah. So life is a banquet. Do you believe it? Yes. Do you feel it? Yes. Yeah, that's the focus on, is to focus on that feeling of life being a banquet. And that all I need to do right now is just step into that. Patrick and I are getting ready to take a trip. We're going to the mainland to see Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton in a conference. I'm really excited about this because when we come back, we're going to be all like, oh, I can't wait to find out what we're going to find out because I know I just have great expectations for this trip. But when I travel, Patrick always says to me, you're traveling first class. Now, I don't necessarily have a first class ticket, but like the lady on the boat, I have to believe that I'm traveling first class. And that doesn't mean I have a first class seat. It means I'm traveling with a consciousness of being first class. And it changes my experience totally. Totally changes my experience by doing that. All of a sudden, things just open up. Life opens up. I meet people that I never thought I'd meet. It just opens up in a joyful, amazing way because I told myself it's going to be a first class trip, or it is a first class trip. So for me, that's like ordering up when I'm traveling. Not just saying, oh, well, I have a certain amount of money to travel with, and blah, blah, blah. No, I have an amount of money I have to travel with, but then I'm going first class, guys. And so I am. And I'll tell you all about it when I get back. So life is a banquet, and it's the natural way to be. And as we discussed in our 100 class, the place to start is right where we are. We can't go further than where we are right now in this moment. We start where we are. We don't try to throw ourselves forward. We just start where we are. I have a first class life. We start feeding ourselves that information. We constantly apply ourselves to the truth about it. We constantly, even when it doesn't look that way, we just constantly apply it. We apply it. We keep applying ourselves to that idea. We keep finding ways to feel it. Even if it's little ways, it's okay. Just constantly apply it. Apply that feeling of being abundant or whatever it is that you want in your life. And then, because you don't get what you want, really, you get what you are. Just always remember that. You have to become the thing before you have it in your life. You have to become it, and that's the part. And then, as you're applying yourself to truth, you are getting, what's going to happen is and this is what's happened to me, you get a greater understanding of it, and you start to understand it. You start to look at the world in a different way because you're applying yourself to this idea, so that's what you start seeing in your life. It's law. It has to happen. And then Ernest says, eventually we'll be made free. And I truly believe that. I truly believe and I feel so free that I know that even in the midst of everything, I just feel that all is well. I really, truly know that. And I practice it every day. And so in the state of the world right now where we can fall back and get discouraged, it's the time now for us, as I say it every Sunday, for us to step into this thing called our power, to work through our own issues. Because, we have issues in our own life. And some of us, it's hard to work through those issues. But if we keep carrying that past around with us, we're never going to be able to be the gift to this planet that we can be. So I encourage us all to work on our issues, whatever they are. And some of them are difficult. I know I've had my own difficult issues, and I continue to work on them because they come creeping back in every once in a while. I am surprised sometimes at what shows up in a meditation or something. I go, I thought I got over that. Okay, well, I need to go in again and work on it. But we have to take care of ourselves first, and then we'll be able to step into the world as this amazing being of light and love and really, really be of service in this world. Oh, that's what I want to be. And, when you go to a restaurant, right, and you order something on the menu, you expect it to show up. Unless you keep going back to the same restaurant that, and we do that too in life, right? We keep going back to the same place and then expecting something different to show up. But when you go to a restaurant, you expect what you ordered to show up, and you're not surprised when it shows up. So I just encourage us in life to put our expectancy out there of what we expect to show up, and then expect it to show up. And not be surprised if it shows up like we were that day. But it all worked out because, you just keep going back to truth, like I said, and applying yourself. Expect it to show up. Ernest Holmes says, we should be surprised if it doesn't show up. And then we need to go back in and look and see what it is we're thinking or feeling or whatever, and why it's not showing up. And then we just go back and we keep working on it. It's a great adventure, I think. And I look at it that way. I don't look at it as drudgery or, oh my God, this is so hard. I just look at it as a great adventure, trying to apply this principle and working on it and seeing the fruits come and then seeing the fruits go and then going back in and planting new seeds. It's awesome. It's, we're here to grow and expand on this planet Earth. It's a material world, but we have to prove that thought force is greater than material resistance. And I think that's what we're being asked to do right now. Thought force is greater than material resistance. So let us not give up. Let us live in love, and let us just keep on keeping on in that place and remembering who we are, work on ourselves, work on our issues, and just spread that great individualized expression that we are out back into the world. So thank you. And aloha. Yeah.
Kealele o Yesu, ihalavai aku. Me ke kanaka o pio hano hano, kalana I ka vai vai. Pane mai e ka o pio, e ku haku mai kai. He au I kai ana aku ai. Iloa ai ke olama. E ha'avi lilo I kau mo vai vai. Huli ai mai au. Iloa ai ke olama. E ha'avi lilo I kau mo vai vai. Huli ai mai au. Iloa ai ke olama. Mina e ka opio I ke noa mau vai vai. I ke Kaua'i a Hawaii lilo aku I ka poe nere au nei. Huli ai o Yesu la pane aku I ka pio. Huli ai hiki ke kanaka vai vai. I ke apuni o kolani. E ha'avililo I komo vai vai Huli ai mai au Iloa ai ki olama Ioe ha'avililo I komo vai vai Huli ai mai au Iloa ai ki olama Iloa ai ki olama
Oh, wow. That was beautiful. It was so funny. I was over there, like, kind of singing along with it and had not a clue what the words were. And I was going, wow, I'm acting like I really know the song, you know? And I'm thinking, maybe I do. Infinite intelligence. Before I start my order up, I want to bring back that quote that Rita started with and add a little bit onto it. Because it's always an alarming quote. You know, life is a banquet and the poor suckers are starving to death. Everybody gets into their, how could you say that to some? Well, first of all, Auntie Mame, if you knew the story, Auntie Mame will say anything that she wants to anyone in that musical. And she thinks that life is delicious. So what my interpretation of sucker is this. When you're around this thing, this beautiful banquet of life, and someone is insisting upon arguing nonstop for their limitations, that's what I think she actually means by that. Here we are having this incredible, no matter what's happening, experience called the banquet of life. And still we are trying sometimes, not every time, sometimes to still argue for why life is not a banquet. I rest my case, Your Honor. So Maya Angelou says, life is I'm sure you'll love this much better. Life is a glorious banquet, a limitless and delicious buffet. And that's what it is. And yes, it is always wonderful. It's amazing to me when we say, do you all believe that? And everybody's like, yeah, right? And then we go into our week, and sometimes it's not as yay as it was on Sunday. I mean, nobody in this room, but I have been in other rooms that it has happened. And this isn't about calling anybody out our stuff, but let's just get real with the banquet. That's all we ever ask. I mean, at least I ask of myself. Yes, Patrick, I think positive most of the time. But there are times that I don't. Please do not be shocked. But there are times that I do not. Day 18, by the way. But I'm not that. But there's a Melissa Mojo over there at day 21 plus, and today is our beautiful Reverend Rita's 21st. And if you're wondering why I'm announcing it's her 21st birthday, it is because we have these little purple things. We call them awareness bracelets. And all it does is when we decide to complain or argue a little bit for our limitations, we have to take it off one wrist and put it on the other as a gentle reminder to stop complaining, because life is a banquet. So we started about over 2 months ago, and 21 days if you do your math. Day 18. But when I enter into the conference on Wednesday, I'm entering in on day 21. So please, no one speak to me for the rest of the time that we're here. Do not talk to me in the hall. Do not push my buttons nor trigger me, because we all know what happens when that. So once again, I digress, but you know me well enough to know that that is not unusual. Oh my gosh. So I have actually an organized talk for you today. Didn't start out that way, but it is, because I got this whole metaphor about the restaurant, and I just love it. Last month was a little, well, it was courageous, but it was a little heavy. I don't know if any of you were here, but it felt heavy last month. Heavy because we went really deep, and we're going to go deep again, but a little lighter on this idea of a banquet. So we're going to look at our menu. We're going to look at how may I serve you. Not how I personally can serve you, because we know I do that. And we're going to talk about sending our orders back when we're not satisfied with them. Oh, yeah. Organization. It almost scares me to be this organized, but we'll see how it goes. So what is on your menu today? I mean, please don't answer, because we know that could take some time. But just for yourself, take a moment. What's on your menu today? Are you just going to see what ends up being served to you, or you can actually order something. Yep, I see it. I love it when I see that. Oh, yeah. Haven't even placed the order yet. Yeah. Why is it important to place your order? Well, because if you don't, you'll get anything that they put on the table for you. Have you ever been there? Yeah. So, ordering something new takes some new thought. But I notice a lot of times I go to a restaurant and I keep ordering the same thing over and over. I'm going to try something new this time. But no, I ordered the thing that I know is going to serve me perfectly because I've ordered it before. It's safe. It is always done the way I want it. So why would I try to blow it now and try to order something new? Ever been there? Right on target with life. That's what I love about this metaphor. You go there and you order something, like Rita said. You order it. You order it and you expect it to come, right? You expect it to come. And what's so great is that we have a internal waiter, internal server that is always with us. And it's called the law. I know law doesn't sound all warm and fuzzy, but boy, am I glad I have it. Because I am guaranteed to have this thing that is placed inside of me moment to moment to moment that continues to say, how may I serve you? What's on the menu today? How may I serve you? Now you can all go, yeah, but that's a hard one to kind of chew on for a moment like that. Chew on, restaurant, love it. Okay, but it's a hard one to really digest. Oh, here we go again. God, I'm here all week. But that's what we think. We think, oh yeah, of course I know this. Yeah, of course we do know this. But are we ordering it the way we really want it? Or are we waiting like we do in a restaurant to see what everybody else is ordering? I do that. So what are you going to have? What are you going to have? And I'm always wondering why I do that. And that's because I'm willing to have my mind changed in case yours sounds better than mine. And what usually happens is I will have ordered the thing that I always order, then your food comes, and I wish I had ordered what you have on your plate. Nobody in this room, once again, has ever done that. But I know that it does happen. And that's what happens in life, at least for me. We order up. And we keep ordering the same thing over and then wondering why life doesn't always feel new and exciting. But we can do that. And then sometimes the phone rings and you're at the restaurant and you pick it up and you say, hello? Yeah. How may I serve you? This law will serve you up anything you ask, and you've already proven it, haven't you? Take a look at your lives. It's great. Your lives are doing great today, are they not? Yes. Yes, they are. Now, when they're not ordered exactly how you want it, whose fault is that? Is that, the waiter didn't do it, or mama didn't do it, or your spouse didn't do it, everybody's head's bound? Yeah, That's okay. We can play that for a while. We can go to that restaurant for a while. But there will come a time when we have to kind of take a look at ourselves and say, what did I order today? And I love the idea that this menu is so vast that I can order anything on it that I really want. Yeah. But sometimes we order and it doesn't show up. And then we have doubt and all of that wonderful stuff. I always wonder on a weekly basis how long we can hear that life is good, that life is a banquet, that anything that we want, we can partake in. And then we will say, yes, but. Once again, the but. The limitation, exactly. I always like to say, how big is your butt? Thank God, that can either go over really good or you can zero all the way out the door. But it's the truth. It's the truth. At least my truth. And I always know that when I say truth, I can always see because I'm very observant. I can see sometimes a little quiver in people's, like, how do you know what the real truth is? Whose truth? Your truth? My truth? The universe's truth? And then it goes on. It actually is my truth that I believe in. We never sit here and force a truth upon anyone. But what I always say to someone who says to me, well, it's not possible to have the entire banquet. And then my question is, why? And first of all, why would you want the entire banquet? There are things that don't taste good. There are things that you don't like. There are things that you do not want to bring into your digestion of your life. But one man and one woman's, what they like here is another person that they absolutely do not like. So we're not trying to take away with this teaching individuality. All I'm saying is that life is a banquet, and it is up to us to order up. So what happens when you place your order and it doesn't show up exactly what you want? Do we complain? No, we don't do that. Because I'm not going back to day one. If it is, I'm going to tell you right off the bat. But here's what happens. All you have to do is send it back. And this is the part that I think, at least for me, I'm the most interested in. What happens when something shows up in my life, whatever it is, and I don't like it? It doesn't serve me. How many times do we think we have to have it? Or for me, because I have the good boy, want to be looked at as a good customer, don't want to take it back because I don't want the waiter or the waitress to say, the server, to say, oh, there's another one, another complainer. And they do that in the kitchen because I served for 10 years in a restaurant, and we talk about you. Just right off the bat, if you guys wanted to escape any of that, we talk about you. So you may feel justified, but in the kitchen, we're having a heck of a party. Just letting you know. So back to the serving. So when something is served me, I have to know that I have the ownership. I have the right, the God-given right to send it back. That doesn't work for me. This doesn't work. Your life is going one way and something happens. And then you say, well, what happens when things happen that feel out of our control? Then you look at them. Not with, what did I think? What was I doing? How's it working for you? You feel it and you move through it. That's the message of this teaching. No matter what happens, we got a lot of things going on. We're going to a vigil tonight to honor these people that have left from the Tree of Life Synagogue. But there's more to it than that even. There's that opportunity not to send it back, but to say there's more and to honor it. And so for me to give up at a time when my world needs me most, our world needs us like it has never needed us before. It needs us to order in ways that we have never ordered up. And the only way I know that I can do that is to believe that there is something inside of me, a power, a law, that has the audacity to order anything that it wants. And I do have that. They say, well, what about that person? They may not like what you ordered. Oh, well, that's lovely, but I'm still ordering it. Because I'm not going to be that person like I was in high school when things happen and you go, I didn't participate in that. I stood and watched it, but I didn't participate in it. I participated. So, back to my restaurant. It is my order and I must send it back, or the best one is reorder it. Sometimes they'll bring you your dish and they'll say, do you want that? I go, no, I'm not in the mood. I think I'll have something else. And then they give you something else and they talk about you in the kitchen. And then, but that is all right. We have that divine right to order again. Keep reordering. They say, well, I don't like what's happening in my life. Then keep reordering. Nothing in your life is set in stone. You don't like it, reorder. So what if our restaurant that has your name on it, in closing, what happens if your restaurant had an unlimited menu? What if there wasn't, this is a Spanish restaurant, Thai restaurant, very popular vegan restaurant, very popular on the island of Kauai. I see it's becoming very, very popular, and that's great because it's really serving a lot of people. But what happens if we didn't attach a name to our restaurant? What if we just had the Patrick Restaurant? Unlimited menu, have whatever you want, and a new restaurant altogether. And what if the name of it had your name on it? And the menu changed every day. That you just didn't keep ordering the same thing over and over. And I hear it too. That's how I was raised. I know no one in this room has ever said, that's how I was raised. That's why I keep ordering the way I do. Because that's how I was raised. And what we're inviting and what I'm asking today is for us to raise our consciousness up to something even bigger. Something even bigger. Our world, I woke up today, I know it's going to not make a lot of people happy. I woke up today and I thought, I am so grateful to be in this world at this time, in this place, in this capacity to make such a difference. And how do I make a difference? By being an example, not by teaching you a new formula. You guys have had enough formulas. Look at the self-help industry. Billion-dollar industry. Shelf-help. Shelf-help. You read the book, you go, yeah, I got the formula down, and then you go, what other book is there to read? What other person is there to do? What other? And I'm thinking, what if we just ordered up right now who we are? Infinite intelligence, love. We ordered it up. That we were the menu. That we're the menu. We're the restaurant. We're the answer. We're the solution. There's nothing out there that I need to go get. We said this before. We found God. So now let's act from it. So the only thing I have left to say with my sometimes excitement that I do get. Have you guys ever noticed I get excited about things? Yeah. Some people like it. Some people like it. Why? Because I'm wearing the purple. I'm wearing the purple. So the only thing I have to say to you is that life is a banquet. And so if we want some of it, that's fine. And we get to choose. I don't like that. No, I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. And it's delicious. So the only thing I have to say is not namaste, but bon appetit.
All right. Yay. Yay.
Bon appetit. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's our time of circulating and giving. Before I do so, I want to say that we had a board meeting the other day, and we made another decision about that jar over there, which we counted, as you can see, and now has $3,700
Something
in it.
happened. Somebody came in.
Yeah.
Took it out, counted
yeah,
it.
$3,700. Yay, that was good, right? Anyway, but that's our extra stuff that we put aside there. But what we decided is that we're a tithing center, right? We give 10% out, and that we will never change. It's in our bylaws. 10% of what comes in our collections and our tithes goes back out into the world. And so, but we decided that we're going to experiment with something. We're going to give 5% of it, the 10% out, and then another 5 to that jar. So when we count the money at the end of the day and put it into QuickBooks and stuff, we will remove 5% of it and put it into the global service savings. So I just want you guys to know that.
Absolutely.
So
which is the trust, right?
Right,
Which
trust.
You can't talk about trusting if you can't do it a little bit. Now, here's a good example. I want to say that because you talked about it in your talk. We say, well, why not put 10% in? Because we need to start where we are.
Right. And
Well, we
didn't-
need to
we
start
didn't
where
have it
we
for
are.
10%.
So it's grand to think the 10, but then we all went, 5. I can land in the 5 right now.
5 feels good.
For my trust to the next level.
Anyway,
right?
but we wanted you
Good.
to know that before. So let's do our affirmation that's in here. It's important. So I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life, and the world. And so it is. Yay. Thank you in advance. And we got our song.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have.
And so right here, right now, with this gift, this abundant gift of beauty and joy and love and honor, I send this out, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for all that have even given that are not here. Thank you very much. I am so at wonder with all that this can do. And so with that, I say thank you. And I let it be, and I let it go out, and I let it serve. And I say, as so it is.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yay. Thank you, Deb and Roseanne. Oh.
All righty.
All right. So I think we have some kitties.
We do.
Some beautiful
we have George.
children. And George. Yes, you are.
Oh, yes, you are. That inner child, I see it.
Watch that speaker. I fall once, and they never let me forget it. All right. 2 beautiful children today, and 2 beautiful girls, and there was absolutely no giggling.
Until now.
And they had to do this little thing, positive mind, positive life. You want to say something?
We did Tai Chi.
You did Tai
They
Chi?
did some Tai Chi. I taught them some Tai Chi, and they were really terrible.
It's nice that we have a supportive children's center
Supportive
here.
Children's Center here.
But I have to tell you one thing. Those earrings, man, they got some bling happening.
She definitely knows life is a
They're
banquet.
bling, baby,
All right,
bling.
let's give them their affirmation. You ready? You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. And your Tai Chi. All right.
Tai Chi,
Thank you, George. All right. Will the practitioners that are serving today come on up? Who's serving today? Reverend
Rob
Diane,
back
yay.
there.
Rob back there, Stephanie, and I think that's it. Is that it?
'Cause I think Malia's in the
Malia's
bookstore,
in
yeah?
the bookstore. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, we got. It's good.
We got things
We have
going
these 2
here.
wonderful women here who will be more than happy and honored to do a spiritual mind treatment with you if something's come up for you or something you want to know more about the Banquet of Life about or anything else. Just come up and utilize them and allow them to explain spiritual mind treatment for you and to give you the gift of a treatment. All right? I think that's it. Is there anything else? Oh, and there's a treatment box in the back that you can use.
And Wrap with the Revs
put
is
your,
happening in
treatments in.
about 10
Yeah.
minutes or so, 15 minutes probably afterwards. And the circle, what about it?
All right, I think we're good. So let's stand up and sing our closing song. We're more than good. We just did it.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need.
And so I just continue to bathe in this energy of gratitude, this thing called love, this power, this source that's running through each and every one of us. I am so grateful for every single person that is in this room, this entire planet, every person, place, and thing. But I'm going to narrow it down to our wonderful, wonderful Malama team who greeted with such open arms, and that is DJ and Bev. And I know some other people jumped in, and Stephanie and all of that. And I know that Stephanie, our practitioner, doesn't even need us to say it. She is our wonderful practitioner. And that is Stephanie for that beautiful, beautiful treatment. And Rob back there, new shirt Rob. And Jonathan back there. And Charles is over there peering over because he might have to take over someday. So thank you. And for Ron Stover and that beautiful team every week to make sure that they are the hospitality hosts. And Maria Christina and Luis over there every week bringing up the magic of music. And our wonderful flowers that are on their last week, but nevertheless, Arlena and Peter, we keep it going, and we still have lawyers down there. So life is just continuing on and on. And thank you, George, and our wonderful, wonderful Kids in the Kitchen group. That someday, because of this, they will be out of the kitchen and have their own wonderful place to run and to grow in. So I know that. And Roseanne and Deb, who are out there counting the abundance and counting that extra 5 that's going for that. So I just say thank you. I thank you for this wonderful co-spiritual director that I have the honor of serving with continuously. And this wonderful, wonderful Patrick that I have the opportunity every moment to be with. So I just know, yes, it's me. So I am so grateful for laughter. I am grateful for every feeling we ever could feel. I am grateful for that. I am grateful for the spirit that moves through us and as us. And I am grateful for this time in this place, in this world, that we are all here together as Ohana. So with that, I just simply get out of the way and just say mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. And we just let it be, we let it go, as together as one we say. And so it is.
Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.